Hi guys, and welcome to the Asiana Bridal Beauty tutorial. My name's Roshni from Roshni Hair and Makeup, and today we're going to create a spring-summer look that'll work well at this time of the year. It's ideal for silver weddings and events outdoor, and destination weddings. Like at any time of the year, it's really important to ensure that you have got really good skincare regime. I've already prepped Varisha's skin beforehand using the Andrew Origins Mega Bright Skin Illuminator. Worked it along the skin and along the hairline to ensure that I've got the skin working and getting oxygen and hydration to the top of the skin to give her a beautiful glow. Once I've done that, I am now going to be applying the Creme de la Mer Skin Brightening Essence Serum. This is a beautiful light serum. It has a really light, airy consistency, and it works great for pigmentation and dark spots. Using my fingers and working it deep into the skin. To complement that, I'm now going to work Dr. Andrew Origins Mega Mushroom Skin Relief Eye Serum. This serum, if you use it day and night for a period of about 3 to 4 weeks, you will see such a drastic result in the puffing and the dark pigmentation that occurs under the skin, including the fine lines. Pat it gently, which on a daily basis will reduce any of the puffing that you tend to get. We now need to get a burst of moisture into the skin. So for this I'm going to use the Creme de la Mer Moisturizing Gel Cream. Working in a round circular motion, getting the blood up to the top of the skin. Just work it into the neck a little. Boost the skin. We've now got beautiful radiant skin that looks really fresh and alive. Before even applying any foundation, we need to prime the skin so that we can fill the skin's any pores, fine lines, any sort of bumps and things. So at the moment we've prepped the skin to add the moisture. Now we're working on prepping and priming the skin. So for this, we want to keep it very natural, very young, very fresh, nothing too matte, so I need to make sure that there's an undertone of an illuminated glow. So for this I want to use the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base Visage. It has illuminating properties which look great when sort of that no makeup look. I mean, if you've got really good skin, again, this is the type of primer that you can use on its own, and it gives your skin a boost of energy. I've opted to use the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream for Eyes, which has an SPF 15 property in medium. It also comes with a brush applicator. And you can take this right up to the inner corner and up to the bridge of the nose, blending well. Avoid the lid. To complement the sort of glowy skin, radiant, fresh skin that we're trying to achieve for this look, I've opted for the BB cream, which has had an SPF 35 property, which is great if you're going to have outdoor weddings without your face looking really thick and caked, but still protecting your skin from the sun. It sets very well, so you've got to work quite quickly with this one. And the good thing with this is it sets very quickly and it still looks really light and airy. Of course, it's really important to ensure for these hot summer weddings that you set the skin and the foundations so that you do have, again, the issue that brights may raise for the longevity and will the makeup last? Will I still look fresh and camera ready after a full day of events? To set the foundation, I'll be using the Bobbi Brown Sheer Finish Pressed Powder, which comes in the golden brown. I apply this softly. This powder actually it's quite highly pigmented and it's quite dense. So if you did have really good skin and you wanted to use this on a daily basis just for work or a night out, you could just use this on its own. So we've now completed Varisha's foundation and base, and now we're going to be moving on to the eyes. It's really important that you prep and prime the eyelids to ensure that they're hydrated. We've addressed creasing of eyeshadow, and also you've got a really solid base upon which you can apply the eyeshadow so that you've got the longevity for the duration of the wedding. For this I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. It comes with an applicator. You pat this right across the lid and work into the brow and the inner corners. Use your fingers to pat away any excess and ensure that it's nice and even. It's really important that you get the priming elements correct, because wherever you've got the primer and you apply the eyeshadow, it will stick to it. So you want to make sure that you apply this evenly. If you do have very dark eyelids and you're applying a very light coloured eyeshadow, it will change the colour and it start to look a little bit ashy. So we're going to move on to the eyeshadow. For this we're using the Clinique Morning Java, which comes in 4 colours. It's really cool because on the mirror it gives you instructions of 1, 2, 3 and 4 as to where you need to apply which colour. Sometimes it's a bit overwhelming when you've got palettes and you're not sure which colour goes where. So we'll apply the lightest colour on the brow, and just fill in the area where you want highlighted. It's the lightest colour. We'll then move on to the second colour, which is sort of the colour that you use in the sockets to define the eyelid. The colours in this range are really strong, so you don't need to use a lot, and you need to pay a lot more attention on blending and making sure you haven't got any flagship or harsh lines anywhere. Now I'm going to take the third colour, which is a beautiful gold, and it will complement outdoor weddings in the summer beautifully. That sun-kissed, and even civil weddings, you know, to give this beautiful sun-kissed look with a lot of emphasis on the eyes. I'm applying this pretty much all over the lid and blending it upwards and outwards into the socket. Being really careful not to take it too far up and paying a bit more attention in a circular motion in the inner corners. And finally I'm going to take the darkest colour and use a pointed brush because I want to focus the attention into creating the definition on the corners. Be mindful of not dropping any of this colour on to the bottom, but if you did, just dusting it away is absolutely fine. So we've just completed the eyeshadow using the Clinique Quad. To line and define the eyes, I want to keep the colours still quite neutral, earthy, browns, bronzes. So for this I'll be using the matte fluid line in Dip Down. I've taken a little bit out onto my hand and I'm just going to brush this in a downward motion close to the lash line, and applying this I'm going a little bit thicker on the ends just to give that density and definition without it looking too heavy. I'm really happy with that. I need to add a little bit of a pop of colour in the inner corners and in the waterline. For this I'm using the Tom Ford pencil liner. This is stunning because it comes in a little, it's a really smooth finish, but it's got little sparkle properties, so they really make the eyes pop. The colour for this one is metallic mink, and it's like a bronze and gold. I feel when you're applying this, it's quite nice to sort of smudge it in the lash line as well. I do like to set the liner to stop it from watery eyes, teary moment that you're going to have on your wedding day, and just take a little bit of that eyeshadow on my brush, open your eyes. I'm taking the lighter colour and just applying that in the water ducts, and that will seal the eyeliner from smudging. We need to now just finish off the eyes with the mascara, which is the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Lash Multiplying Volume Mascara. We don't want this look to be all about the lashes, and therefore I've opted for the mascara as opposed to false eyelashes, and this mascara is fabulous. It's really dark and it gives beautiful volume. To complete Varisha's eye makeup, we need to frame her brows. I've opted for the Smashbox Brow Tech To Go Gel in Brunette. This is a gel pen which actually comes in a swivel movement, and it comes with a right-angled gel crayon. I think it's really important to frame the face, but be mindful that we're not thickening or darkening the brows too much. If you're unsure about how to do brows, just think of creating yourself a stencil, top and bottom, and just filling it in. That's Varisha's eyebrows and eye area now complete. We're going to move on to the cheeks. Keeping in line with the look, to keep it young, fresh and radiant, I want to apply sort of just a bit of a glow to her skin without it looking too structured. So for this I'm opting for the Michael Kors bronzing powder in Flush. This actually has illuminating properties like small sparkles, and it just looks beautiful, especially for weddings when you do want to have really good photographs. It catches the light very well. I'm using the brush that actually comes with this, and I'm dusting off any excess powder. I'm just applying this from the outer corner of the cheek and just moving in a sort of diagonal position, keeping a lot of the colour on the outside. Applying a little bit on the temples. Now that we've applied the blusher, I just want to bring out her cheekbones, just to give that final, put the whole look together. For this I'll be using the Clinique Up Lighting Liquid Illuminator. It comes in a liquid format and it's sort of like it's a bronzy pink in colour. I like to just dab this on where the light just catches the face. And again, this has quite a dense colour, so you want to be very careful and go with it softly. It's always easy to build, but it's a lot harder to take it off. So apply a small amount of this on the bridge, on the tip of her nose. And this looks great when you're on outdoor weddings, beach weddings. To move on to the lips, we want to prepare the lips and make sure that we've targeted any dryness, any flakiness. So applying the Creme de la Mer lip balm. This should really be part of your beauty regime anyway. Moving on to the lip liner now, which is the Bobbi Brown lip pencil in red. I'm just going to create a stencil and line the lips. This is a really on-trend colour. Acts as a real base when you apply the lipstick, so you do have long-lasting durability with this. For the lipstick, I'm using the Tom Ford lip colour in Flame. It's a beautiful orangey red, and you'll see a lot of this on the ramps. Got a beautiful velvety matte finish, which works amazingly against the contrast of this glowy skin and the shimmer on the eyes. A lot of brides that come to see me will discuss beauty regime, weight loss, outfits. We tend to neglect a lot of the care and processes for hair care. I strongly recommend to brides that they do pay a lot of attention, get themselves a really good shampoo and conditioner and a good daily hair routine. I would definitely recommend the Bumble & Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil Primer. It protects the hair, it closes up the follicles at the end, which is one of the worst things that creates split ends, and you can just use it as a leave-in conditioner. For the look that we want to create today for Varisha is big bouncy waves, giving almost beach type hair, but also staying in line with the story of going very natural, nothing too structured, and very fluid and pretty. So I'm sectioning off the front part of the hair, spraying in the leave-in Bumble & Bumble Heat Protect Invisible Oil. Just run some straightness through it. I'm using the straighteners in this instant to create big waves. If you wanted to use rollers and set the hair from the morning, that's absolutely fine as well. I just want to create really big waves. I will then be using the Bumble & Bumble thickening hairspray to just set the curls in place. I'll work my way through the rest of the hair until all of it's nice and curled, and we'll come back to that. We've now completed Varisha's hair, created long luscious waves without them looking too structured, a lot of bounce. Just like to finish it off using the Bumble & Bumble thickening hairspray, just to give it that sort of thick sheen but without it looking too structured. To complete our spring-summer look, I've used the Michael Kors Nail Lacquer in Sensation, the beautiful deep orange red that complements the lip, and it complements our Asian skin wonderfully, especially against the white and ivory dresses that tend to be used for civil weddings, outdoor weddings, and also obviously for a very glamorous traditional look. What's really nice is, especially if you've got bare shoulders, a bare neck, is to use the Michael Kors Liquid Shimmer Dry Oil Spray. It has small golden particles which show up beautifully against the sun-kissed look. You can rub that along the collarbones, along the arms, the back of the neck, and along the front of the chest. And especially if you were wearing a short dress, you could just use it on the front of the cuff. It would look stunning. To smell good for the big day, I would recommend the Michael Kors Sexy Amber. It contains notes of jasmine, amber, which is perfect for a summertime wedding.